Yes, sir. Welcome back. This is the Commissioner's Conversation. I'm your host, Commissioner Gordon. Joined again this week, Coach Gavin Davis. What's happening, brother?
What's good, man? How's it going?
Hey, everything great. Coach Andrico Hines. Hey, I've been giving you credit all damn week, man. You're the only one who had sense enough to pick Tom Brady.
Hey, man, I just feel like none of y'all would have betted against Michael Jordan, but that's another story.
Well, for everybody that listens to the podcast, I always, pop a little shit talking about I told y'all and my bad, but I couldn't say I told y'all this week because hell, you told us.
Hey, man, I just saw the writing on the wall. It's something, when you play this sport called home cooking, and you ain't finna give me the game of the year at the crib.
But yeah, so as we all know, by now, we've seen Tom Brady having the great ass time on the boat, tossing the Lombardi trophy across the water, stumbling off the boat, as anybody should. Hell, you won 7 Super Bowls, you get a chance to be drunk and stumbling off the boat. I ain't tripping. But yes, Tampa Bay has won the Super Bowl. They beat Kansas City Chiefs, and it looked pretty damn decisive. What you think, man? What was your analysis of what took place in the Super Bowl?
We're gonna go on and talk about the elephant in the room, the penalties. I feel like 1 or 2 penalties was, either way. People say, well, that kind of dictated the flow of the game. I felt like the drop passes Kansas City had on third down kind of helped dictate the flow of the game as well. Like usually those Tyreek and Kelsey make big plays, like tough plays, and they was kind of dropping like some simple plays. Like 1 or 2 was tough, but some of them just like that's uncharacteristic of them. Yeah. So to me, it was just, I felt like I like to use the analogy of if we play Madden and I beat you, me and you play all the time, and I play somebody else, everything I've been doing to beat you ain't gonna work against somebody else, especially if you done beat me once before, you know what I'm saying? So I just felt like they went in with a good game plan to take Tyreek out and let everybody else beat me, and it worked.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like some of exactly what Woot said. Obviously, the coaching game plan was definitely a good game plan. I think the bigger issue was no time, man. I didn't realize when I made that pick, I didn't realize both of them tackles were out. I didn't realize they were playing with 2 backup tackles.
Now, I knew it was one because I saw one went out last week. He went out.
They were playing with 2. I didn't realize they were playing with 2 backups. I would have told you from that right then it's over with. You're not gonna beat a team with a good front when you got both your tackles or backup. You're not gonna beat them. It's just not gonna happen. Especially not when no team has that kind of depth in the Super Bowl. You might win a regular season game, but when you talking about the Super Bowl against a dominant front like Tampa Bay has, you don't stand a chance. You ain't gonna block me with no backup. So I mean, that's how I feel.
And then couple that with some of the decisions Todd Bowles made in terms of moving like Vita Vea around on the line, running the stunts when he did, and really, I had never really seen Pat Mahomes on the run like that. He was
on the run the whole game from the first.
Making some throws though, like
he played his ass off. Man, when you on the run, and then like Woot said, you had some of your people you count on, your go-to guys drop some key balls. You go down here real fast.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like you run for your life and make a hell of a play a couple times.
Right.
You do one ball down the middle, crawl back, cross the field, laying down flat with 2 niggas chasing him, and then
hit the man in the face, man.
And hit him in the face, man. 4th down, you got a point. It's like, man, like that, like you ain't gonna win when they're going like that. You running for your life, you make a play, and then it still don't work. Come on, sit on the sideline, bro. It's over with.
I just look at it like this. If I can use the analogy of boxing, I felt like Tampa Bay had a run game. That was a jab, the equivalent of a jab. I felt like they could have ran the ball whenever they wanted to. Tampa Bay, truth be told, they could have really just pounded them folks and went old school paint dry. We finna just pound y'all with Fournette and 27. And that's it. But I feel like they didn't have a run game. Kansas City never tried to establish the run. When you come out after halftime, you get good runs and throw quick game. You go right down the field, but it's like you never did that again.
Yeah.
So I just kind of felt like they got stuck in what got them there, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But you at that game and to that magnitude, people kind of got you figured out. So you're gonna have a wrinkle or two, and I just didn't even see a wrinkle at all.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Had they used all their wrinkles? Because we saw all the wrinkles coming up to the Super Bowl. We saw all the underneath.
Gordon, but it's cute ball. And like Gavin said, you got time to do that. When you ain't got time, what's your adjustment? I never saw them adjust. It wasn't like they tried to throw screens. It wasn't like they trying to throw a quick game. Like they kept trying to throw the ball down the field. I can throw a reverse toss and do all of that cute stuff and roll, and 5 people roll and set to one side if ain't no pressure. But when that pressure started coming, what's the adjustment?
I don't think I saw one draw.
They was running it, but it was like a power back. It was slick though. They was running it. I ain't gonna lie, it was slick. It was kind of like a draw. He was set one way and turn and hand it out the other way. You feel what I'm saying?
They had some nice runs, but they never like tried to build off of it, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And you made the analogy that the run game is like the jab, exactly. But Kansas City has never really had a strong run defense. What they do is they keep you on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they keep you where you can't really run the ball because they normally score so fast. So you know what I'm saying? So that's how that go.
I feel like
what's name was able to run the ball, and then they play so that jab started landing a little more. Then they was able to line them up, get that right cross down the middle, and it was over with.
Hey, it's about ran counter. Fournette went untouched. Well, man. But now, I just think it was just two different fighters. You had a Mike Tyson haymaker type guy. I'm trying to land hooks, uppercuts, straights, haymakers, and another guy that's gonna sit behind the jab. That was the difference in the thing to me. Like they always been a big play team. You control the big play. I just don't see them driving the ball.
Well, I mean, they put them together every now and then when they got to.
Yeah, but it ain't 15 or 12. It's 7 at the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. 7 at the most. Like, they're asking a lot out of them folks, man.
I mean, I feel you.
Yeah, like that, bro. That man get 20 yards and 40 yards in 2 plays, bro. When you started on the, you know what I'm saying? And we started on the 20, we already on the other 20 right there, 60 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, to me, they just explosive. If you can control that.
They are explosive. Man.
I felt like last year they beat the big bad wolf. And the big bad wolf was Tennessee.
Yeah.
They had to play that game in the playoffs. So to me, once they got through Tennessee, I felt like, they was going to win it. Because last year, Tennessee run game was ancient, like Mike Tyson in his prime. Like, didn't nobody want to see. They got up there, like you said, they did enough to stop the run then. Like, it wasn't what you thought, then they outscored them. This was the time. They couldn't stop the run and they couldn't score. Good luck.
Yeah, so they just bled out.
Well, and then them backers, I think Tampa Bay backers were the X factor in the game. Well, either one of your backers can guard Kelsey one-on-one. I think that's a humongous plus, bro.
Yeah.
Well, sure. Keeping up with that fighter's mentality, man. We got a chance to see Tom Brady actually act like he wanted to throw some hands a little bit as he chased Tyrann Mathieu down the field to tell him whatever he told him. Like, so initially what happened was, for people who may not remember, what happened was probably a play or two before, Tyrann Mathieu gets an interception. And you know what I'm saying? He gets the interception, but whatever happened, I think it was defensive holding. And the play gets turned over, back to the offense. And then a play or two later, he gets beat by AB, and it's a touchdown. And I'm sure, like any competitor, Tyrann Mathieu ran up to Brady, was like, man, your ass got lucky with that one.
That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying? because he put his finger in his face, he wagging his thumb. I'm pretty sure he said something along those lines. But whatever he said or however he phrased it, TB12 wasn't trying to hear it, dog, because he chased that man down. He took off. I've never seen Tom Brady run that fast. Like, he took off to tell that man something, whatever he decided to tell him.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever he told him, like, Tyrann Mathieu basically told him, he's like, look, man, I ain't never seen that side of Tom Brady before, ever. You know what I'm saying? And then Tom Brady proceeded to, the next day, send out an apology like, man, my bad. You know, I think you're the ultimate competitor. I got the utmost respect for you. I think you a beast, you a dog, all this, and go overboard with the pat on the back to say, I'm sorry. And my question is, one question is, why do we know more about the apology than we do what was said? Because I'm sure somebody was mic'd up. It was some mics around.
But simply, it wasn't none of our damn business. It was two competitors doing what they do. It wasn't none
the apology wasn't our business either.
It was, but the apology was for Tyrann Mathieu to be respected. He felt like he disrespected that man. He wasn't in his face, and he wanted to respect them publicly. That's
and
how
optics is everything. If he apologized, he's not the bad guy anymore. You feel what I'm saying? It made it seem like he initiated it in the beginning, and Tyrann was just reacting. You know what I'm saying? So now when I publicly apologize, and like you say, it was sincere. He was overboard with it for the most part. It just didn't come off like fake. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I kind of want to piggyback out Gav. And this, in the game, it's about respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he got the utmost respect for him, like for real. But like if we competitive, I'm gonna say some stuff competitively, not like it's gonna be personal, but I'm gonna come at you though. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. We competing. You know, at the end, I felt like if the signals got crossed, then I apologize too. You know what I'm saying? Depending on our relationship, I could pick up the phone and call that person, but if not, then I guess I have to do it how he did
it. If he didn't, I feel like if he didn't respect Tyrann Mathieu, there would have been no apology.
Yeah, fact.
Well, I feel like if he
never been the big time media guy. He's never been the big time trash talker, but nobody ain't never said he was a punk. So you know what I'm saying? And he been in the game a long time. Somebody would say something, they felt like he was a pushover in his space. Mm-hmm. So like I said, I feel like it was two competitors at the height of their game going at each other. Some things got said that probably shouldn't have been said, and it wasn't none of our business to hear. Yeah, they probably was mic'd up, but they got whatever they wanted.
But I feel like in war and in fighting, what's off limits? Like if we going at it, what's off limits? You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of stuff off limits. Clearly, he said might have been off limits.
If me and you finna fight, bro, I ain't finna say, and you putting them hands on me, I see this brick over here, or this stick. I'm not finna pick it up for the simple fact that, he whooping me, but I just ain't finna do it. Come on, bro. Like, it's survival. So that survival instinct gonna kick in at some point. If you're a man, if you feel like somebody trying to take your manhood or your pride, or they trying you just gonna react. It's just human nature.
But this is my point, though, Whoop. He hit one. He got the best of them. They scored the touchdown.
Right, but you just said Tyrann said
no matter.
You said Tyrann came up to him. That's what you said.
And he saw it on TV. It was all the cameras in the world out there, man. It's the Super Bowl.
Man,
Tyrann
everybody just watched Tyrann Mathieu get whooped.
6 Super Bowl rings. At the time, he had 6 Super Bowl rings. You ain't gonna dump me on national TV.
Look, I made the equivalent.
My girlfriend, my wife watching, bro.
So let me ask you this. I don't mean to cut you off, but let me ask you this. If one of these young boys tried LeBron like that, come on, bro. Like, first of all, you shouldn't be trying me. And I ain't saying it ain't nobody we don't respect. But arguably, they're like one of the GOATs of the league. They're like, you got to kind of come correct when you're talking to bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, feel how you want to feel. Say what you want to say. But just know he going to get the last laugh. That's all I'm saying.
Every time.
Hey, and I think Tom Brady had gotten the last laugh. He just wanted to twist the knife a little bit. And I said, I liken it to something like this. It's like when you get an argument with you later, you get an argument with somebody, and you said something and you know you can say something to win the argument, but it's below the belt, but you say it anyway, and then you got to come back, you know, you're like, oh, baby, I'm sorry, your mama ain't no alcoholic for real.
But she might be an alcoholic, though. Like, that's the whole thing.
And that don't really win you the argument. That just make it stop. Don't really win the argument.
We didn't say you told a lie, though. About a lie. It just might have stung when you said it. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? It was, to me, that's what it looked like to me. It like he wouldn't know. He said something real quick, and he had to be like, you know what? I might have went over the line a little bit. I might have.
Now I'm gonna tell you what it sounded like to me. Somebody reached out to Tom, like, "Hey, bro, Tyron 38, he hot. You know what I'm saying? He really feel like you tried him." And Tom, in my opinion, this the way he trying to let him know, nah, it ain't what it was. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like a circle of like a family. And I ain't saying this what happened, but the way the apology looked, it's like somebody still let him know, like, Tyron hot, bro. You know, and it's like, well, let me clear the air. Let me let him know I ain't got nothing but respect for him. Whoop-de-woo. It wasn't like that, in my opinion. I don't think he just woke up thinking about, let me get this off my chest with Tyron Matthews. Like, this my 7th ring, bro. Like, the last thing I'm thinking about is that altercation, like, on 100. Like, that's all I'm saying.
But clearly, he wasn't thinking about it once the celebration happened, because they had a good-ass time down there on the boat. Hey, and if nothing else, dog, I can honestly say, just watching that, if no one ever knew Bruce Arians' personality and why players seem to like him, I watched that joint. I was like, man, I'd play for that mug. I rocked with him. Because he was up there, he was drinking, he was cussing, he was having a good time, he was keeping it real. He was like, we ain't talking that running back shit. That was theirs. We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't coming up. He was chilling with it. So
yeah,
it's good to see a lot of personality out of a lot of these coaches, because for so long everybody thought that to stand there and just say nothing, like Bill Belichick or Popovich, was the way to be, and that ain't it.
You know what? But to a certain degree, man, Bill has personality. It just ain't what everybody expects. I like Bill. He just gonna. I'm gonna tell you what you know, and you gonna deal with it. Now you might not like it. You really trying to get this super story, but we don't have a super story, and we won. That's the story.
Right. I agree. To me, you know, and like in comedy, you know, you have some comedians you like. Bill is like a Vince Vaughn to me. Like, it's almost dry comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's funny, but you gotta kind of be with it to understand his funny too. Because to me, the way he take interviews is hilarious to me. Like, he don't never answer questions. He don't really say nothing. He ain't politically correct. But it's like he is politically correct. The team politically correct. You know what I'm saying? It's like they do everything by the book, but he don't do everything by the book. They get caught for cheating all the time. Like, for real, like, think about it, bro. It's crazy. It's like he's cool, but he's still ain't cool. Like,
he does have personality. It's like, yeah, I'm me, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can say. No, I ain't dressing up.
Well,
yeah, my sweatshirt cut off. Leave me alone.
In keeping up with them, talking about the Patriots and Belichick, for some reason, I don't know why, everybody that I've seen so far today has Dak Prescott somehow maneuvering over to New England and playing for the Patriots, just because this man wasn't in the hype video for the upcoming season, which is entirely too early to make a hype video for the next season, considering the fact you ain't even drafted a soul or signed a free agent yet. But whatever. The Cowboys choose to make a hype video, and everybody feels like Dak got slapped in the face because he wasn't in it.
They make a hype video in early February.
Right.
Yeah, but see, I think I
had the combine yet.
Bro, but I think you making a point though without even really realizing it. They're showing that he ain't gonna why would
that's what they doing. I'm just make light of it. You right. They showing
them. Don't even make sense.
You ain't in the plans. It was strategic. They did it.
It's strategic, bro.
You ain't gonna be with us. That's why they did it. Ain't no other reason to do it. Like you said, nope. We ain't got no I mean, they ain't drafting nobody, ain't no free agents been signed, they ain't signed nobody back, no offseason moves. But here go the hype video for next year. Guess who ain't in it?
Joe starting quarterback. Bro, how that sound?
Right.
The Lakers ain't gonna do a video without Bron. Like he ain't gotta be dribbling the ball. You know.
Yeah, like it's not like they don't have footage, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Last year, KD was in the Nets hype video. He wasn't even playing yet.
But in that though, how does this go in terms of how quarterbacks gonna maneuver around though? Because you got Dak Prescott that can move, that can be moved. We already had Stafford and Goff that moved around.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson still kicking and screaming. Like, how is this going to affect the draft when you're talking about you got 4 quarterbacks that people are looking at talking about they're probably the franchise quarterbacks?
I say, go ahead. I say that it's business at the end of the day. I think they're gonna look at who cheaper first and foremost, and how we can make this work with what we got, in a sense. So what I'm saying that is, if it'll be cheaper to get a vet in for a Band-Aid for a year to whoever old boy in Dallas feel like he want in the draft, he'll do it. Jerry Jones.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it all really follow on needs, a lot of different things for teams too. So it's different, in my opinion, for everybody.
But so in that though, I will say I think the latest thing that come out today was Todd McShay had his mock draft, and essentially what he had was he had 4 quarterbacks going off the board first. He had Trevor Lawrence, who he said who's far and away the clear-cut number 1. He had Zach Wilson, who he says is basically head and shoulders or above Trey Lance and Justin Fields. He said basically he's a clear-cut number 2. Like, it ain't no question about it. And then on top of that, he had Trey Lance, a dude who A, was playing at North Dakota State, and B, didn't even play last season.
He played one game.
Ahead of Justin Fields, a guy who is basically, well, I won't say he carried Ohio State because they got plenty of talent, but the guy who was in the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, break this down. Help me understand how a dude who we barely saw in Trey Lance is ahead of Justin Fields, and a dude who didn't even beat Coastal Carolina is ahead of a national contending quarterback.
Like I said earlier, I think it's about needs and where people fit. Like, sometimes I ain't gonna say like I think these people are better than nobody else. Like, I haven't seen enough of Buddy from BYU. I saw a little bit of him and I was impressed. I'm not saying I saw enough of him to say, well, I think he's number 2 or sure shot number 2. I've seen Trey. I've seen him personally. I think he legit. I don't discredit. To me, he done something I ain't never seen nobody do. He threw like 30-some tuds and no picks.
43.
40. I'm sorry, 40. I don't mean
43.
Yes.
43 picks.
No picks. Like, I don't care what level you playing. You can play for old national 140, bro. You do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But like I say, I feel like Justin kind of gonna be like they was with Deshaun. Everybody gonna say why they do that dumb stuff, and he gonna in turn make everybody pay. And you gonna be like, you know, why they ain't draft this guy? They should have did this, and they should have did that. That's it. You know, people gonna make mistakes, but right now I just think it's preference. It's what I want. It ain't about who the best. It's I want what I want. If I want my franchise guy to be like this and move like this and act like that, then that's what I'm gonna draft.
Yeah. Go ahead, guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. I mean, it's always about preference at the end of the day, but we trying to see why you prefer that. That's the question.
That's what I'm getting to.
All right, so okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Like,
that's what I want to know.
When Tyrod was in Buffalo, they went to the playoffs.
Yep.
Then they go draft the guy because they feel like that's not what they want. See, my point is, it's what they want.
I agree.
I agree with what y'all saying. I don't know. I can't speak for stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people don't make smart decisions.
And don't get me wrong, like the Buffalo situation has seemed to turn the pan out. You know what I'm saying? Because Josh Allen is legit. You know what I'm saying? But
they took their lumps before they got to Josh Allen, though.
Right? They didn't get Tyrod the same. They didn't give him the.
They took their lumps before they got there.
I agree. But my thing is my biggest thing is, man, like black quarterbacks just don't get we don't get it's bad, man. Black Tyrod got benched. He took a team that hadn't been to the playoffs in forever. He took them to the playoffs, and as a reward, they drafted a quarterback to get rid of. That's never happened to a white quarterback. Not in the last 20 years. Just hadn't happened.
Essentially, honestly, it would have happened again this year, but the doctor took care of it for you because he left around.
But I feel like San Diego a playoff team if Tyrod play.
I agree with that too. But see, but it happened the same. It happened 3 years in a row to Tyrod. Cause they did him dirty in Cleveland as well. The kicker missed 4 field goals in 3 games, missed 2 game winners, and then they benched him for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And Whoop, you can probably give some insight to this because I think you have a personal relationship with the man. But has he come to a point in his, like, he just like, look, this is my lot in life that I'm just a stopgap QB? Because a lot of times that's what we think as a fan. In our mind, we rationalize it or believe that the player themselves have rationalized it.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And say, oh, well, he's just a stopgap guy. Does he believe that?
Nah, I don't want to speak for nobody. Let me say that first. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, like, when you're dealing with an organization, they're not telling you that. They're telling you you're the guy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so he ain't nobody telling him you gonna be here and patch nobody. Or I'm finna, man, they saying you the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, it's like we see a chick that's a little bit prettier and we want to just leave everything we got for this pretty chick. That's to me, like I say, at the end of the day, just preference. Like, at the end I like winners. Like, I don't like the way Tebow plays, but I think Tebow a winner.
I agree.
I don't like Paul Pierce's game, but I think Paul Pierce a winner.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to agree or like some of the stuff they do, but people want it to look the way they want it to look. If I'm gonna lose, I want it to look this way. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna win, I want it to look this way. Instead of just wanting to win. I don't care how I win. Look, I just want to win.
I agree
Some
with that.
people want to win and lose certain ways. And that's it. That's if I'm spending the money, I want to spend it on this.
I agree. I agree with that. I got a question for you, for both of y'all. I know this is your show going, but I got a question.
No, it's a conversation.
All right. I've been watching things last couple of days, man. It really got me like, man, what the hell going on? Like, okay, last year, Jameis Winston led league in passing yards, led league in touchdowns, had a horrible pick year. You know what I'm saying? Team went 7-9. He got cut. He got released.
Mm-hmm.
Had to sign for $1 million. Had signed for a year for $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold in 3-4 years told them folks he saw ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
He literally said that too.
Hold on. He literally said, I saw ghosts on the field.
Yeah.
Also, Carson Wentz, his team basically quit on him and he lost his job to a rookie that they drafted the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these guys, people talking about trading for these guys.
Right.
Why? I'm not saying why they been, but why is it such a big discrepancy in the way we're handled? Like, neither one, Sam Darnold ain't led the league in passing. Sam Darnold ain't led the league in touchdowns. He been close in picks though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wentz has played horrible, except that year they went to the Super Bowl. I'm just be honest. Ever since, well, I ain't gonna say
Yeah,
it's,
but he got hurt that year. He was
I
playing
was-
good, but then your boy outplayed him still. Your boy had better numbers than he did.
Foles, yes.
the locker room was screaming for Foles during the playoff run.
So it's like, come on, like.
All right, I would say this. This is my thing.
Like,
I
dang.
it's I think it's the stigma or the negative thing that come with black quarterbacks, right? Like we can't read defenses and things that we just athletic, you know. Like I remember when Lamar was coming out in the draft and Josh Allen had worse numbers than he did coming out of college. But
Yeah,
they were
right.
saying Josh was just such a more of a better pocket passer than Lamar, but the numbers didn't say that.
Right.
That's kind of back to what I was saying earlier. Like everything preference, man. If we all looking at what's the chick name that anybody we think that's beautiful, all three of us gonna have three different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we all gonna say the same or think the same thing about that person. So at the end of the day, like I keep saying, it's what these people want. If I want a 6'5" Brazilian chick, I ain't never seen one, bro. Let me just first say that. But if these folks feel like they want one, they gonna go get it. They could be a loser, bro. They could be losers. Like Dak Prescott.
You know what? I'm not, and I ain't mad at that. But like, let's not get out the black dude to go get him, though. Wow, get out one of these white guys one time, folks. That's all I'm saying. Get out the white guy to go get him.
Well,
they finna get off Wentz for old boy Hurts.
Yeah, I go for that. All right, I can applaud.
But keep in mind with that though, I think they're doing everything to try to keep Wentz. Wentz just wants out.
Nah, bro, it's Hurts cheaper right now.
Hurts is cheaper.
That's it. It's business, and they won. He balled. Like it ain't like they just bench Wentz and Hurts and ball Hurts. Bananas.
Yeah, and they got big time salary cap problems. They like right now they like 60 million over the cap or some stupid number like that.
And I said what Gav said earlier when we were talking to somebody else. I basically said that the team didn't want to play for Wentz. Clearly didn't want to play for Wentz.
Yeah.
They ball for everybody else. They diving on the field. They going hard they legit. They put up a damn statue of Nick Foles in front of the building.
Bro, I'm gonna say this. I think when the Peterson was there, if you look at the quarterbacks, Nick Foles and Hurts kind of similar in the things that they could do. They both a little mobile. They both a little I ain't gonna say unorthodox, but not just traditional.
You mean Wentz?
Wentz, no. Hurts, Jalen Hurts and Foles kind of similar in their game. That what they could do. They're RPO quarterbacks. Oh, okay. They not like you. I feel like if you try to get Foles in a drop back 7-step, dime you up, that ain't what he do.
Okay.
That's honestly where a lot of teams mess up.
Man, okay.
You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying when I say that is, when you see Foles had success, it was in a play action, RPO, get out on the perimeter, throwing on the run. It played to his strengths. To me, that's what Jalen Hurts do well. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Carson Wentz don't do that well to me. He's a 7-step drop back. I want to try to dot you, pick you apart. Old school quarterback, in my opinion. Not saying he can't run this, but I don't think that's his strength. He didn't do that in college.
Ain't what he best at. I got you.
Right. You get what I'm saying? So to me, it was more about systems. I ain't saying I don't think he ain't good, but to me, he'll fit somewhere like San Francisco.
Foles.
Wentz.
San Fran gonna roll you. Shanahan gonna roll you in all kinds.
Right, he could do that, but to me, he need a run game. Like you can't have him not have a good run. Like you got to have a run game. If your run game mediocre, he gonna be mediocre. The better your run game, the better he gonna play.
But to go back real quick to answer your question, guy, that you were saying about Jameis Winston. Personally, I mean, and we've answered this over and over again because we've already said it. Once you have done something, that's you in the league. Once you've done something, once you threw a bunch of picks, that's what you are. You throw a bunch of picks. That's what it's gonna follow you everywhere you go, no matter
I
how little picks you throw. That's
But
gonna
what about
follow.
leading the league in passing? Is that gonna follow me too?
It should, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Just like with
So,
Lamar Jackson.
so
Lamar
see,
Jackson, they keep saying he didn't win. He couldn't win in the playoffs. He couldn't win in the playoffs.
I'm saying, so seeing ghosts don't follow down them. So teams quitting on you ain't gonna follow Wentz.
But that's what I'm saying. When you look like them, you get a second chance. It's just like in the real world. If you
And it's like,
if you go out here in the real world and a black kid steal a car, he a thug and he a hoodlum. If the white kid steal a car, his boys will be boys.
I would say this. Let me say this. Okay, me and Gab was talking a couple years ago, right? I feel like if you really look around the NFL, everybody took less. A lot of people took a step back to take a step forward. And what I mean by that is the quarterback with Tennessee, Tannehill.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like everybody, they ain't just all of them ain't just got it now. I ain't gonna be quick to say that. I feel like then with us,
what you mean? What you mean by that though?
Like
explain
Tannehill,
that.
they threw Tannehill was over with in Miami. Career was over. You would not
Yeah,
think he was.
he got those.
But hear me out. I feel like you wasn't thinking he was gonna go to Tennessee and wasn't gonna do nothing. I didn't feel like Tannehill was gonna do nothing. I feel like his career is gonna go there. And it was over. But to me, he revived his career.
He did.
Like he didn't. Then he got a check. He got a check when he revived his career. But he took less money at one point. I feel like sometimes we gotta take less money and it'd be way less than they take. Trust me, bro. Your boy Jay Cutler signed for $10 million when he came out of retirement for the Dolphins. I want to say they want to get Jameis one, and he did way more. I felt like, you get what I'm saying. So I get what you're saying. I get it. I ain't saying it's right, but it ain't like they don't never get put down and got to prove themselves too. It's like we feel like sometimes I feel like I ain't speaking for everybody, but when they offer you money, you're like, I want to play through my contract. Well, sometimes we just talking how it's set up against us. So sometimes we just got to be like, look, I got to take what I need to take. But I feel like Jameis going to get a check. He's going to be the quarterback of that team. I hear that Taysom Hill talk. But Drew Brees like, hey, it's yours now.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting to watch how it play out in New Orleans. That's what I want to see, because Gavin and I have also had this conversation, and I think they may, if Drew Brees go ahead and retire, I believe that Jameis he's got to be the starter. First, they got to resign him, but he's got to be the starter, and you can still use Taysom Hill as this gimmick guy that they're gonna probably try to use him for. But I think Gav, he differed in his opinion than what I had.
I don't necessarily differ. I don't. First of all, let me say this. I don't think for no money. I feel like Taysom Hill is a better quarterback than Jameis Winston.
I agree.
I do not feel that way. What I said was, I don't feel like they trust Winston, and I feel like they're going to give when it spoke volumes to me that they trusted him for that long without giving Jameis a shot. I feel like they're going to give him a chance to be the quarterback.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. Can I say what I think? I think if they play Jameis, they gonna show they can throw the ball downfield, and everybody gonna want Jameis to play. That's why they not playing Jameis, in my opinion. Because Michael Thomas said himself, we can't throw the ball downfield with Drew Brees. Now, if Jameis played, he threw the deep ball down the field. These boys start getting down the field now. Now it's like, what we need Brees for? What we paying him this money for?
I mean, but Brees gone anyway. And now what's name is but Taysom threw the ball down the field when he played.
Once again though, Taysom
But
Hill,
you just said he ain't Jameis.
I don't feel like he is. I don't feel like on a down basis he's a better quarterback. I feel like Jameis can play. Yes, Jameis makes a lot of mistakes. I'm not gonna hold you. He makes a lot of mistakes.
Not a quarterback.
But I can't deny that he makes some hell of a plays.
I agree.
I mean, you can go through a lot of quarterbacks. Hell, Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame, he made a lot of mistakes.
But see, I think a lot of Jameis picks, half of his picks was tips. Half of them was tips, though. Like, a lot of his picks last year was tips. If he had 30, 15 with tip passes, bro.
I agree. But they don't know, you know how that goes.
No, I'm with you. I get it.
They go against the quarterback, and they show enough going against you if you're dark skinned.
Right. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see exactly how Sean Payton plans on using Jameis and bringing them back into the mix and try to incorporate him with Taysom Hill, because you saw what happened when they wanted to throw the ball down the field in the playoffs. They put Jameis in the game.
Exactly.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I think you would almost have to force. I'm not sure of the dates and how the salary cap take place. So I mean, but as soon as Breeze can come off the books on the salary cap, the next day I need you to retire, dog, so we can go ahead and proceed to building this squad around whoever the next guy is.
He out of here though. It's not. He's not coming.
I can't say like.
He already.
He gone, boy. He gone. Bro.
Okay, I mean, I believe to see it. I mean, I know he signed the contract to be a commentator on NBC. I think.
Now, my thing is, I'm looking at his game deteriorate, bro. Like his arm ain't strong.
Oh, I know,
bro. Like, if you're a real competitor, you ain't out there trying not to be at your best, bro.
Yeah.
I
mean, Peyton Manning was looking kind of bad out there. They just had a good ass off.
Yeah, he had to put himself in the books with two though. Like that's all that was about. Like my brother can't go there. Like I'm arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks ever played. My little brother got more titles than me, bro. Stop it, man. Like we gonna at least go out 2-2.
Shoot, I feel you, but yeah, I'm gonna see. And like I said, Gav, yeah, I mean, you already knew the answer before you asked it. That they get more opportunities to you get more opportunities to shine.
It was a loaded question.
You know what I'm saying? You always going to get more opportunities to shine when you look like them, because like Whoop said, that is usually their preference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And our preference is we want to see us get the opportunities, but clearly.
Honestly, I'm not even on the I got to have the black quarterback thing. I just wanted to be a little more fair. That's all.
I just feel like this. Human nature. Let's talk human nature. Like everybody want to look out for their people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Mike Tomlin do it. Any black quarterback that done came out that's been on the market for the most part, if you had halfway of a name, he done signed you, bro.
Yeah. He'll bring you in. He will.
That's what I'm saying. Like we doing it for us. We don't have that many teams, so we can get as many opportunities. But I feel like the ones that that's in position, they are looking out. I ain't like I don't feel like they pooping on us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
for real.
Yeah, we just don't have enough opportunities. You're right.
That's it. I
just hate that we got to wait the 1 hour is the guy to call all the shots to get a fair shot. But it is what it is. You got to push.
It is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
So I'll do this. I wasn't even thinking about doing this, but I just thought about it once we were talking about Drew Brees. In reference to quarterbacks, Big Ben, how much time is on the clock?
He the same way right now. He can't throw it down the field for real.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, Cam, how much time on the clock? Like,
man, I'm gonna let Gav answer that.
Man, if you know me and go and you know, like, man, we've been playing fantasy football for last 15 years. Cam Newton has been my favorite player. He's been my number one pick every draft since we started playing. He has been he's definitely been my favorite player since over the last decade. By far, my favorite football player over the last decade. Last year hurt me, man. Like it did. I mean, and it's funny that you asked this question because I wasn't expecting you to ask this. Remember what you posted earlier about the Mike Tyson fight?
Yeah.
What I tell you, that was sad, man. It hurt my childhood. It hurt me. That was one of the saddest days of my childhood. Watching Cam last year was like watching a year-long Mike Tyson fight. It was bad, man.
And I had to argue because I had to partially. Well, I had to argue with a bunch of folks because a lot of people were talking like it was just him, like because he was the QB, it was the worst thing going, and the Patriots was having a bad season. But it wasn't that because 8 players opted out of the season.
Yeah,
for the Patriots, and then
a lot of things
anybody to throw to.
A lot of things could have definitely made things better, but like I said, I'm a big fan, man. I've been following them and watching them for a long time, man. And this is just the worst I've seen him look personally. Like not I ain't talking about the help he had, who was supposed to be catching the ball that was thrown out there. Just the play, man.
He skipped some balls out there.
Man, it was not what I expect from Cameron Newton, man. That just QB1 let me down, man. I ain't even gonna say he let me down. It was just sad to see, man. Like honestly.
Does Jimmy Garoppolo get a shot someplace else?
Man, why wouldn't he?
I'm asking.
Why would he?
San Francisco is clearly looking for another quarterback.
Hey, Jimmy G need to go back to New England then.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about opportunities and second chance. That's
so
what
you like that?
I like Jimmy G. Like, only issue with Jimmy G is he be hurt all the time. Like, I feel like that's why they want to get off of him. It ain't him playing. When he playing, they winning. When he ain't playing, they losing.
I feel like I just don't like. Okay, I say this. I don't like him in Shanahan's system.
Man, please, man. I like Jimmy G, dog. Okay, what system he in?
He all right, but when it get tough, he look bad. When they playing somebody that's putting up a fight, he look real average.
All right, name 3 of his receivers.
I can name them, but they ain't nobody. I understand that, but they get
I'm
off.
waiting. I'm still waiting. Besides
Debo Samuels, George. What you can't say them
these 2 household names. I mean, everybody know these 2 niggas, bro. Debo and Kittles. Come on, everybody know them.
Born 84, born, and I don't know the other guy name. But I know his 3 main targets.
I'm with you, bro, but that's all I'm saying. Come on, Gal. Like,
what you mean? Come on, Gal. When they play in Jacksonville, he go crazy. When it's time when they go and get tough and they play action.
All right. So out of everybody you just named, Debo Samuels they run him on some jets, some runs, almost like a gimmick. They ain't got him in they run him on some RPOs. Kettle really in the passing game. You said Bourne and somebody you don't even know.
Yeah.
You didn't even name Kittles. Kittles the guy.
Yeah, he said Kittles.
Okay.
What we talking about?
I'm with you. But it's like, who running around? Like, who gonna win on 3rd and 6? Bruh. Besides Kittles. If we double Kittles, then who gonna win?
I can't tell you balling either. I can't congratulate you on you getting it done if I can't tell you fucking up. I can't do you can't get both. If I can't tell you ain't fucking up, I can't tell you balling either.
Touche, I ain't saying you can't say that, but I feel like those folks been playoff contenders.
I'm not on him like that. When the dude ain't wide open, like Shanahan drew it up, he looked average as hell.
Man, I ain't mad at you, bro. Everybody.
When the backup, when he got hurt last year, when the backup went in, they kept balling. No fall off.
Who was the backup?
That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man.
That's my point. I don't even know. It was no fall off. And I can't even name it.
Well, why was it a fall off this year? Why they had the same backup?
Because everybody got hurt. They had the most injuries in NFL history. They had the most people that ever go on IR on one team in one season, ever.
So how we blaming Jimmy? Didn't they just play for it 2 years in a row?
I didn't like Jimmy last year. I feel like that's why they didn't win the Super Bowl.
I think your girl said Jimmy was cute, bro. I think your chick was like, hey, he cute. That's why you don't like Jimmy, man.
Man, you sound come on.
So, real quick, now I'll switch it up to 2 young guys that I have my opinions about. But people see, but Kyler Murray and Tua Tagovailoa, like I'm not sold on the small QB just because I hate to say it, you gotta take your hits in the league. You're gonna get sacked.
But hold on, Gordon. What make you say that though? Like why you feel like that? Like what quarterback don't take their hits? We just talked about how your boy just couldn't even get his feet set last game.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that he won't be a quarterback for long. We just talked about Cam Newton. Cam Newton, 6'5", 220, 240, and he's breaking down from taking these hits. Now you want to tell me?
Yeah, but they running Cam like quarterback power.
But Kyler Murray is running the ball.
He's not running power plays, bro.
Bro, he's running off the
running power
ground
plays.
plays.
He's running the ball.
He's not taking shots.
He's running it enough that he tweeting out the offensive lineman stats.
He's not taking off. I mean, he's not taking hits though, bro.
They're not designed runs for him,
Bro,
bro.
Kyler Murray just let off 2 tweets about offensive linemen. What's old boy, the senior vice president of the Senior Bowl, made a tweet during the Super Bowl and basically said this Super Bowl was won in the trenches. Everybody who's trying to build a squad, you need to build it on your offensive line, on the defensive line. That man went up there and straight retweeted it. Somebody else, what's your boy, Worst for
everybody know that though. That's not. He didn't say nothing crazy.
Gordon, that's like old
his
school
franchise. I'm tired of getting hit. Russell Wilson
Gordon, that's the equivalent of saying back in the day, you got to have a big man to win in basketball.
So you think that man gonna hold up 5'10", 205 pounds, 210 pounds? He gonna hold up for 7 years getting hit like he getting hit?
Let me ask you this: how many games he missed so far?
Exactly.
Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
I had to look it up. Did he miss
I need that receipt, brother. I need that receipt.
None.
Because we essentially talking about a season. I just said he's not gonna last long. Now we can have this conversation in 2-3 years, and we can talk about how many games he's missed. But I don't believe he's gonna last too long.
And in 5 years, he's definitely gonna be missed less than everybody has been drafted before him in the last 5 years.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
He don't take hits, bro.
He get out of bounds. He slide like he know you ain't, bro. You would kill him, bro. He know this. You don't think he know that? I ain't seen nobody if you gonna kill him from sacking him, and you gonna have to touch him first.
Kyler Murray, let's see. He took 27 sacks this year.
That's average.
I just typed in Kyler Murray sacks, and this is 27.
That's around average. I want to say it might be a little high, but it's on the top second half. I'm sure.
Here's my note. How many pass attempts?
Yeah, and he's gonna be at the tops in pass attempts. So there's more opportunities to get set.
Now, if you talking about 600 pass attempts, 500, then what were you talking about? I'm with you. That's a lot, but
in 20. Let me see.
They ain't the ones he had to run and throw it and get away and take off. more than half a rushing attempt with pass play.
Because but then okay, so same thing for Tua Tagovailoa while I'm looking this up. So y'all good with Tua too?
No, I feel like this. I would say this. This one question I gotta ask both of you. Didn't Tua have one more year in school, or did he not?
Yeah.
See, I felt like he should have stayed. And it wasn't about college. It's about maturity. I just don't think he got the locker room on maturity.
Yeah.
This is the thing about the NFL. Like, we grown, bro. And for you to push what you push and feel how you feel, that's cool. But for you to be the face of the team and not have who and they gave him the job. Now, Fitz, to me, they playoff team, and they're a tough contender with Fitz playing. They just gave the man a job, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't saying he ain't good. I don't think he won't be good, but I just don't think the locker room respected that, in my opinion.
They didn't respect the benching of Fitzpatrick for him because they was on a roll. Had they been struggling or something, it may have been a little more open to it. It wasn't so much that the players don't think he could play. They didn't respect how Fitz was done, and they didn't respond well to it. They benched Fitzpatrick, and they had a winning record, and that didn't sit well with a lot of the veterans, especially a lot of the playmakers, a lot of the special skill players. They didn't appreciate that at all.
So last year, in 2019, Kyler Murray threw 542 passes attempts.
Mm-hmm.
And this past season, he threw 558.
Yeah. They didn't get sacked but 24 times, 27 times.
So I say it's gonna be around 600 attempts, 500, 600 attempts. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there, like
they ain't getting sacked a lot.
Hold on, let's see who the most.
it's like, but you say it's on the high end, but it ain't a lot when you look at the attempts. You know what I'm saying?
So for this year, according to teamrankings.com, Russell Wilson was the highest. Shit, he got sacked 52 times.
See?
Come on, bro.
See? And he don't throw it nowhere near Mr. Kyler Murray.
Well, he also said he needed to
Yeah, I know he needed it. You see why?
That was on national TV talking about, hey, man.
You see why?
Carson Wentz was sacked 50 times. Deshaun Watson, 49. See? Daniel Jones for the Giants, 45. Matt Ryan, 41. Then Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold. And then Josh Allen is the top 10.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So he gonna be around the middle of the pack for and he probably in the top 5 in passing attempts. So he all right, man. He ain't even take them lumps like
he ain't taking shots like you think. It might look like it, but he ain't, bro. Like
he get down. No,
I'm with you, Gordon. I agree. Now, if he was taking the shots, Russell Wilson taking, man, I don't see that man making it, bro. So, yeah, it's over with.
Yeah, I mean, to see the size differential in QBs when you've seen a Cam Newton, you've seen a Pat Mahomes, and then you see Kyler Murray, you like, they can't play the same position. Like, you look at it like, they can't be.
Man, I think Kyler Murray is like a Floyd Mayweather in boxing. Like, I feel like Floyd can compete in any class. You feel me? Like, I'm with you. If a heavyweight start to hitting on him, and he ain't gonna last. But are you gonna hit him?
Yeah.
That's fine. He ain't gonna get hit a lot.
That's it. Like, he quick, he can do it all. Like, he can throw. He got a big arm, bro. Little as he is, I feel like he can throw with anybody in the league, bro. I don't care who you name. He can throw with him, bro.
Yeah, he can definitely throw. All right, same ranking.com. Tom Brady has thrown 748 passes.
This year?
Yeah.
That's kind of playoffs, though, got to be.
Pat Mahomes threw 705, Josh Allen 692, Big Ben threw 676, Matt Ryan 626, Aaron Rodgers 610, Jared Goff 598. Shoot, he's still down. He's still in the middle of the pack.
Bro, that what I told you that.
That's about he in the middle of the pack with pass attempts too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little higher up. He's just outside the top 10 because he's just under Russell Wilson is number 10. Russell Wilson threw 585 passes. Kyler Murray threw 558. Mm-hmm. So yes, I do understand the point of the sack differential. Like, one is clearly getting sacked a shit ton more than the other one. But like
I told, but like I told you from the beginning, you always said, you said that when he was getting drafted, Gordon. He ain't like a lot of people. He a little different, man. He's smart. He ain't gonna take them shots, man. He gonna get down, get out of bounds, things of that nature.
But you look at Russell Wilson and think Russell Wilson smart.
No, Russell Wilson ain't 4'4".
Yeah, Russell Wilson ain't as athletic. That ain't his, like, and he don't play in that same type of system. Russell Wilson plays in a more of a drop back traditional system. He's not in the shotgun all the time. He don't have the eyes so he can get away. Not like he can't see that he don't have the eyes, but he's not set back there. He has to do his drop back. Then he can get play action and get. It's a different setup. That the scheme that he's in allows Kyler Murray to be able to get away, maneuver, and take care of himself.
Yeah.
Sure. Look like we done ran up about an hour up on this joint, man.
Already?
Yeah. That's why I'm looking at time like, damn. All right. Yeah. That's about an hour up on here, man. So I don't want to hold y'all guys all night. I know we could do this all night. So I will skip until next week. I will skip the NBA. We will get into the NBA and the Nets and who can beat them in the East once they really start getting going.
If they start getting going.
If they start getting going. I mean,
they gonna get a professional. Stop it, bro.
I mean, I feel you, but like they done played 12 games and they done gave up 120 every game.
I ain't saying that ain't, but it takes some time. So hey, some of your cousins a little slower than the other ones, bro. You know, some of them might pick it up a little faster than the other
Hey
ones.
man, but guy gonna fire you, gonna get it over. We ain't gonna score no 120, 12.
Hey, one thing about family you can't get rid of. They your family. You ain't even like,
so yeah, now that the football season is officially over, we might be having to look to the draft or something like that coming up, but we can focus and talk about a little basketball and see what's going on around now. And because I also want to talk about Kevin Durant, and like the man that's been sat down like 3 times. Once with COVID, and then like 2 or 3 times for being around people with COVID or whatever, contact tracing.
Yeah, I don't understand that, because if I ain't got nothing, if I cleared, why the hell I gotta sit out?
I don't know. What I don't understand is why you tell me that shit in the second quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we, like why do I play, sit down, and then you come to the bench and be like, nah, you got to go to the locker room.
If I was gonna contaminate them, it's too late.
Everybody contaminated. I done dapped folks up, went around. We done played. I posted up. Played. So
my thing is, if you got a vaccine, why you need a mask? Like, why you need to be worried about it? But
yeah, I've been clear, and I don't have it. Why do I gotta have a mask on?
I got a whole different theory about the mask. I think it's just the mask is for us. It ain't for them. It's for us. These dudes are supposedly getting tested damn near every day.
I know.
I think because we're watching the games and they have a mask, it's to make you feel more comfortable when you go to the grocery store, when you go to wherever you go to the gas station or whatever. And it's to make you feel more comfortable in wearing the mask, because these dudes are wearing the mask. Otherwise, you see more folks bucking about wearing the mask.
Right. But I'm going to leave you on this note, man, and we got to get out of here. Tom Brady ain't had a mask on since he been putting his foot in the I ain't seen nothing with a mask on, man.
I ain't never seen Tom Brady with a mask on, ever.
Well, yeah.
Hey, come on, man.
Yo, until next week, man. This is the Commissioner's Conversation, man. I appreciate y'all, bro.
Hey, thanks for having us.
All right, bro. Appreciate having me.
We'll do it again. I'll holler at y'all, man.
All right.